Hey everybody, um, just want to do a little live video for you today. Uh, it's a little hard to see older plastic window there, but trees are out back there and it's kind of funny. Um, Frost on the ground this morning, all that kind of stuff. So going to be heading south into Oregon, coming on December 2nd. We'll be heading south, so we're heading south. Um, be through Oregon, hopefully be in Vegas. Um, uh, Hopefully be in Vegas come um, around New Year's. So that's the plan. So if you want to, if you're out on the road or whatever, but even if you don't want to do that, there's gonna be plenty to do there. So hey, it's probably gonna be a place to be a cool party. Um, and because I always wanted to go like to the space, for New Year's or whatever, but it's always cold to go to the space, and it might be a little chilly or something in Vegas for New Year's, but it's not gonna be that cold, so it'll actually be kind of enjoyable. And I don't really gamble much anymore. I might play a little poker, but I don't gamble anymore, and I'm not a big drinker anymore. So when I go to Vegas, there's just a lot to look at that's free and it's kind of cool to see. So it'll be something for us to do and just kind of have a cool place to be for New Year's. And anybody watching this, it's no matter whatever if you want to come there. Um, that's cool. And then after that, we're heading on to Quartzsite. Going to go to Howotech, um, seeing down there in Quartzsite, at least for a couple days. It's really going to depend on where we camp. We're going to have our generator, but it's an open frame generator, so it's pretty loud. So we're going to park from people. Um, Unless people don't mind, it run a little bit, but you can plug into it too because it's like a 5,000 watt generator. It's huge capacity. It's got a 30 amp plug. So parked by me. You can go ahead and plug it in the generator. Uh, I'll be getting gas for it anyway, so we'll plug in for some electricity. Um, and then if you have a restroom, hey, maybe we trade for that. Maybe my wife can borrow the restroom. I can use the right outdoors. But anyway, at least a couple of days we'll be there. And then we're going to be going through Texas in late January, early February. Be hanging around there for a little bit. And then we're going to be at the Our Village Rally in mid-February down there in Live Oak, Florida. And then we'll see after that. But yeah, we try to hang on here. We're going to try to hang on all the way through December. And hang on here till after New Year's, but it's just too cold. Our heater is doing good enough to keep us from freezing in the tent, but it's by no means, or in the tent trailer, but it's by no means warm in here. And instead of me pouring a bunch of money getting insulation stuff, I could use that as gas to go south since we're already going there anyway. And then hopefully here after the first, I'm gonna try to get one of the Mr. Buddy propane heaters because it's more efficient with propane. And then we'll be getting a propane bottle and having that as like a secondary heat source, and maybe a second space heater because I'm able to. Some of these posts have two different circuits, so I can run two different space heaters and not overload one extension wire to my tent trailer. So that's the plan, is to head down there. That's one other thing I did. This helped. If you have a pop up, you could try it. It's just I hung a blanket over the front of the door, because it seems like a lot of air leaks in around that door. So once I did that, it's actually helped warm it up here even more. And I had the Mylar blanket on the wall opposite me and moved that to the bed, and it's actually the bottom of the bed now stays warm. It's not cold to lay on. So there's a couple experiments, but the Mylar blanket does actually help keep the heat in as well when it's on that wall. So we're going to be buying a few more. If you know a good place where we can buy Mylar blankets, and they don't cost too much, like a place that's on the road and not necessarily Amazon, because I'm probably going to ship stuff from Amazon to an Amazon locker. I've never done that before, and so I want to I have to kind of learn about that or whatever. But if you have a place like, if you know they're at Walmart for cheap, or Cabela's or wherever, let me know so I can grab some more of those and we put them in here. Because even when we get down to a place that's hot, it'll help keep the heat out from inside as well. So it'll serve two purposes. I have more stuff of going around towns and stuff, and I will be having more of that, but just trying to conserve resources right now. After the first week, I had to spend a lot of money just getting the trailer and stuff like that, and then getting the registration and stuff like that. So I haven't had money that's been any extra amount to spend on gas to go around. And planning it out after the first Little Adventures in the Heartland. If you don't have their channel, go check them out. I like their stuff. So I've been just planning it out so we can get there after the first. Once we get down into Oregon, I'm going to have more videos of around town and stuff like that. And actually around the Connor and Deception, Deception Path. I think it's Deception Point. There's a really cool bridge there and really cool stuff to look over. You can hear the road nice here because where this campsite is, it's actually by the campground. Other than that, it's pretty nice. Nice and quiet. Oh, I understand that. You're the only one that's showing up there. You can say that you've been a moderator before. There you go. Now you're a moderator for my channel. So I've just been planning this out, and as we go along, like I said, I'll probably be staying at some Thousand Trails when we get down by Arizona. I might stay on one longer than the 4 days. I might go up to the 2 weeks. So it might be in Vegas that I go up to 2 weeks. I'm not sure, because I know I'll be over there in Quartzsite, and I won't be camping in Thousand Trails for a while when I'm there at Hobo Testing. So I'll be able to take the 7 days. 7 days out system that you have to do if you stay longer than 4 days. So, speaking of which, I got it right here in the window. It's cold. I won't take it out, but I'll show you in one of the videos. I looked on there, and it actually shows the number of days that you've been in the Thousand Trail system so far since joining membership. And ours, I think, on that one, it shows that we've already been in for 53 days. So, just to show you, the camping pass. If you're looking to travel and go look around, moving every 4 days is all right. The day that you move, you don't really want to do much. But then you have 2 days, you can kind of go look around, go to a town or whatever, all that kind of stuff. So, not the perfect amount of time for everybody. And, they have other options, like I said, or you can also do, hey, let's go stay here for 2 weeks, and let's go stay at Callaway for a week somewhere. It just gives you another option. But if you go up to a full membership, um, then you can stay a week in a park and a week in another park, or up to 21 days in each park. So we're probably going to go to that maybe around February, I'm thinking, maybe sooner. Um, but even that, then that's only 200 a month, um, which I'm looking at it like I will look at it rent. So um, hopefully, uh, if I can get up to the point where this channel gets monetized at some point, and it's going to offset that. We'll see. But I'll be always honest on this channel about what's going on and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff, uh, because that's just the way I am. And I show you things, might not be the most right way to fix things, but I'll show you how to fix things cheaply. I like to say that I have a engineering degree from Jerry Rig University, a field certified field engineering degree. I do know how to fix things the right way as well, and I try to do that when I can. But I'm not gonna blame anybody that I have a lot of money, because I don't. But I know when certain things need to be fixed to prevent something from causing a problem that will cost more money if you can have a temporary solution to get you through. So I think that's what a lot of my how-tos are, is attempting in the future. You're stuck somewhere out in the wilderness, I got a solution that'll probably work, put it that way. So anyway, one last thing though, I want to let you know too. I did not know this, and when I started going RVing when I was like 3, actually that was back in '85. We had this old GMC motorhome. It is cold out here. It's very, very cold out here. I'm gonna add you as moderator too, since you're hanging out. It's actually freezing cold. There's frost out here, so we were trying to stay in here in Washington. I was saying this at the start of my stream for longer, but we're heading south. Hey, Blue, what's going on? If you guys don't have anybody's channel, go ahead and you can hit next to their name and go to their channel. And yeah, I know it's only going to get colder. Yeah, we were going to try to stick around here just a little bit longer, but it's going to be too cold out of here. Let's go down south. So we'll be in Vegas for New Year's. So if you want to come to Vegas, if you want something to do, or if you don't even want to come hang out with me, just come down to Vegas. That's what I'm thinking about doing, or that's what we're going to be doing, going down there. So if you, me too, Blue Wave, because I have everybody here. If you go, there's 1,000 trails in Vegas. So if you've ever been to Vegas before, and the hotel rooms can get expensive and all that kind of stuff, we'll just get a camping pass. It's $40 a month. If you allows you to go to Vegas for a few days. So we're going to try to get in there. If I don't get in there, I'll get somewhere in there for Vegas for at least a day or two. There's plenty of places to stay in Vegas at least. And then we'll be going down to Quartzsite. So, and then from there over to Texas and then to Florida. So we're going to be staying quite toasty and warm, because I'm going to be down in the Houston area of Texas too. So cut through there and then over by New Orleans and all that kind of stuff, and then go through the two little tails, the Mississippi tail and that Alabama tail, and then into Florida. Yes, we have heat. I'll show you what we have for heat right now. We have one of these electric fireplaces. So we've been using that, and it's keeping it warm enough in here to where we don't freeze. I'm probably going to get another space heater because a lot of the posts where I've been here at the Thousand Trails, they have a 30 amp and the 15 amp plugs on them. So I'm able to run 2 cords, so I can run 2 different cords for 2 different heaters, so I don't overload a circuit or wire. So that's our plan for that, because I know it'll still get me. And then I have our generator that I'm picking up on our way as well. So when we do go out and go to a place like Quartzsite or whatever, we'll have power out there. And I was saying earlier, if anybody comes down there and is around me and you don't mind the sound of the generator, you're free to go ahead and plug in to my generator. It's a 5,000 watt generator. I have a 30 amp on it that also switches to 220 volts, so you could actually weld with it. And then it's got 15 amp plugs on it as well. So you're down there and you want to go boondocking and you don't have a solar system and you don't mind the sound of the generator, I've got power for you. So it's something to do. But yeah, it's a very, very cold day in the next couple of days. I think I saw snow in the forecast, and you know, the tent trailer's all right and we're staying warm, but when I see snow and it starts to stay cold outside all day instead of warming up at least in the middle of the day, it's time for us to roll. So we'll be rolling for sure. Yeah, we're in the park side right now. We're a lot of the annual sites are, because when we were here before, some of the same trailers are still here, so I'm pretty sure those are annual site guys that are here. I parked over here because I have but it's right by the creek. I wish. We're heading there, Blue Wave. Oh man, 79 degrees. That would be so nice. That's perfect weather for inside one of these tent trailers too, because you can pop open the screens on the side of it and let the breeze through. You don't get too hot and too cold. Man, it's be nice. Oh, I'm sure I will. The only time I was in Florida for maybe 2 or 3 days total when I was driving a truck, and we picked up a load and then we headed back out. And it was when it was still super humid down there. And when I was in basic training in Fort Benning, Georgia, it was Florida. And or Fort Benning, Georgia, which is in Georgia, it was in February, and it was still a little humid outside then, but it would still stay warm during the day, even if it got a little cold at night. So yeah, I don't want to be down there in the summer. You can follow. Hey, I'll follow you in the winter time down there to Florida, and you can follow me back up to Washington in the summer. we'll go back. We'll crisscross the United States every year, just looking at stuff. So anyway, oh, that's the alarm going off. Oh, I got 5 people on the stream. This is the most people I ever got on the stream. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. I had to turn that off. Fix my camera up here. Now I have a dropping everything today. It happens live on my stream. It all happens live. All the bloopers, everything happens live. Anyway, I have a Microsoft HD camera that I use for the webcam on the computer. So if you guys are looking for something like that for doing your live streams, because I've noticed at least my laptop camera is not that good. Yeah, where are you at, Nikki? Where are you guys at right now? I'd like to know. Because you should come down south. If you're not already down south. I know, there's 5 people here. I've never had this many people in my house. If you have a channel, guys, just go ahead and put CC in the chat. And then anybody that's in here can go take a look at your channel and hit your red button. So, yeah, like Blue Wave there, he's got CC. Oh, you're in Sultan? So you're right. You're right. You guys are right by me then. Sultan, Washington? Because if that's where you're at, you should follow us south. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before it starts getting really bad. Oh man, that's awesome. Well, what are you guys doing? Like tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, maybe we can meet up somewhere or whatever. Do a video together or something. Just email me mobilehomesteadrv@gmail.com, and we can figure out something. If you want to, you don't have to, by the way. I just like to offer. And then they're doing a little thing here tomorrow afternoon for Thanksgiving. Oh, the email is mobilehomesteadrv, just like my channel, at gmail.com. Just go ahead and email that. I'll go ahead and put it here in the chat too. And that goes for anybody else that's in here. If you see me coming near you, because my videos are mostly real time. They might be like a day behind at most. So if you see me and I'm coming down south toward you or east or whatever, go ahead and email me. I'd love to meet up with you and hang out with you and all that kind of stuff, because I like to, especially if you're not a creator, you don't have to, but especially if you are, because I like to pick people's brains. Everybody's got something that they're really good at, and it might not even be necessarily a lot of good information from people that are really passionate about things. Like there's things that I know, this is a crazy story, but there's things that I know about the Green River Killer, because when I was working for Sears as a tire technician back in the year 2000, one of the lead detectives that was on that case, his name was Tom, and you can actually see him in the Green River Killer documentary. And my wife didn't believe me either. I told her the story, and then she watched the thing, and she said, "What was that detective's name?" And I said, "Tom." And she's like, "Yeah, that he was in there." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you that." Anyway, one of the reasons they knew that it was, and this is kind of gruesome, just to warn you, but I do have adult videos. So you're leaving for Auburn in the morning, okay? Well, we could do something this evening too if you want, and then I'll be here till Sunday, and then Sunday we're moving to Mount Vernon, and then Mount Vernon we're moving to LaConner. So we'll be up here in this general area. We can figure something out. But anyway, it's kind of gruesome. The reason they knew that it was his victims and not necessarily a copycat or somebody else's victims is he always decapitated his victims. So I'd never seen that in any of the documentaries, but that's coming straight from the lead detective now. So I'm just letting you know. There's your awesome, awesome. Yeah, just email me. I'll keep looking at it and all that kind of stuff. So if I don't answer the email right away, I will answer it though. Trust me. Um, but yeah, I have lots of stories like that. Like, and it's not like, okay, I will copy and do that after the chat. I will go ahead and email your email address there. One of the other ones is when I was in basic training in the Army in Georgia. My drill sergeant was actually a gunner in one of the helicopters during Black Hawk Down, just off the wall, stuff like that. My dad was in the Army, and when he was in the Army, he was a drill sergeant and trained people to go to Vietnam at Fort Lewis in Washington. But also, he stood behind President Kennedy in Berlin when he made a speech over there at the Berlin Wall. So he was in the Berlin Bugle Corps, and I had heard that story from my dad and from his parents, and I happened to email, and I'll have to see if I can find them. I think I still have them in my email. I know my sister has them, but I'll have to get them and show them to you guys. But I wrote the Kennedy Library, and they sent me pictures because I said, well, my dad stood behind them, and and then, well, if you have any more information, and I told them that he was in the Berlin Bugle Corps, and they said, yep, and sent me a bunch of pictures. It was really awesome. So, I just have a lot of weird stuff like that, and traveling is kind of my blood. My dad was a truck driver. My grandpa was a truck driver. I was a truck driver. My great grandpa, he drove a Tima. I don't know what the Tima oxen. It was at least a horse and buggy, but they had to flee Russia during the Bolshevik Revolution, came to America, crossed America on a horse and buggy. He decided in the middle of winter that was a good time to cross the Rockies with a horse and buggy. Well, my great grandma was pregnant with my grandpa. We went to Grand Junction, Colorado for a little while, and then eventually the Tri-Cities in Washington, and was able to start their farm and all that stuff there. So my family's always been traveling. So it's kind of in my blood. You have a good day, too, Nikki. I will check my email. Well, Nikki B. Sasha. Could be either one or both. I'll check that later too. I'm about to top off here too, because I like to keep them about 30 minutes. Thank you everybody for coming in. Like I said, I just wanted to update you. We are heading south. It's too cold. That's the big update. And it's a little bit easier for me right here to instead of uploading a video to have my live stream. I appreciate all you coming in. Like I said, check out everybody's channel. Check out Blue Wave's channel. If you're not checking out Blue Wave's channel, check out Nikki B's channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll probably have another live stream on Sunday after we get moved. Thank you, Blue Wave. There'll be another video out tomorrow. Later, guys.